Let's talk about something pretty wild. What if I told you that in the very near future, your years of experience, all those hard-earned skills, the long hours, might not be worth a whole lot? We're about to dive into a massive shift in what it means to be valuable in your career. And spoiler alert, it's not about working harder. It's about a completely new way of thinking about leverage.
Okay, I want you to picture this. The date is March 3rd, 2026, so not too far from now. A senior software engineer in San Francisco, he walks into his office, just another Tuesday.
Now, this isn't some fresh out of college kid. We are talking 23 years of solid experience. He's got the senior title, the big salary. He is at the absolute top of his game. Or at least, that's what he thinks.
He gets called into a meeting, and just 12 minutes later, he's being escorted out of the building. His replacement? Get this, a 22-year-old who makes half his salary and never even went to college.
So what's the secret here? I mean, how does that even happen? It's not about talent or who you know or even just being a genius. It's about something completely new, and that's exactly what we're going to unpack today. All right, let's just get right into it. The rules of the professional world, they've been totally rewritten, and it feels like it happened overnight. What made you valuable yesterday could honestly be worthless tomorrow. It all happened in a blur, right? 3 months, 3 massive AI releases. These weren't just updates. They were like earthquakes that shook the entire industry. And the craziest part? Most people just carried on. Business as usual, as if nothing had happened.
Think about it this way. The calculator made being a human calculator totally worthless. Google made memorizing tons of random facts kind of pointless. Well, we are smack in the middle of that next huge shift. The ability to just grind, to work long hours, that's not the differentiator anymore. That's just the ticket to get in the door.
And this shift has created a massive, massive divide. To really see what I'm talking about, let's look at the story of Sarah Chen. She's a marketing manager who suddenly found herself at a huge crossroads. So back in late 2025, Sarah's company rolled out a brand new AI workflow system. And just like that, her entire 40-hour work week, we're talking presentations, analyzing data, writing reports, the whole shebang, could now be done in just 6 hours. This created a choice for everyone.
And this is where 2 very different paths appeared. Most of our colleagues, they celebrated. They started coasting, taking super long lunches, leaving early. But Sarah, she saw something different. She saw an opportunity. She took those extra 34 hours a week and she used them to master AI orchestration. She didn't just get better at her job. She started doing the work of 10 people at once. And the result? Her salary tripled, while half of her coasting colleagues, they got laid off.
So the takeaway here is absolutely crucial. The old pillars that we used to rely on for career security, they're crumbling. Just working hard isn't enough when an AI can work harder. Raw talent isn't enough when an AI is incredibly talented. And even years of experience isn't enough when an AI has access to pretty much all of human knowledge. So, what is the answer then? Well, it's this new kind of professional, this new archetype, the AI conductor. This is the person who doesn't try to compete with AI, they lead it.
This quote just says it all, doesn't it? It comes from a CEO who bought a company built by a 24-year-old named Marcus Rodriguez. They didn't really care about the code itself. They cared about the person who knew how to pull all the pieces together and make them sing.
And just look at how he did it. A task that used to need an 8-person team, Marcus handled it all by himself. But here's the key. He wasn't coding and designing everything himself. No way. He was orchestrating a team of specialized AI agents. He was the conductor, and the AIs, they were his orchestra. We've seen this movie before. There's a clear pattern here. Every decade or so, a new professional superpower comes along. In the 90s, it was knowing Microsoft Office. In the 2000s, it was being a master at Google Search. Then came coding. And now, for 2026, the essential skill, the ultimate leverage, is conducting AI. And look, this isn't just a fun theory. The data is absolutely mind-blowing. A recent MIT study found that workers who simply used AI tools, as an assistant, saw a pretty good 43% productivity boost. But the true AI conductors, the ones orchestrating the whole show, they saw an 800% increase. Let's just pause on that number for a second. 800%. That's not a small improvement. That is a whole different reality. It is the difference between riding a bicycle and piloting a spaceship. It's a game changer. Okay, so this brings us to the most important part of this whole thing. What does this mean for you, right now, today. Let's get super practical with a concrete plan to start becoming a conductor.
First things first, you have to understand the new skills that matter. This is not about becoming a world-class programmer, it's about developing the skills that are uniquely human, being able to synthesize ideas, orchestrate complex systems, having a clear vision, and then applying your own taste and judgment to what the AI spits out.
So here's the plan. It's 4 simple steps. 1. Pick your domain, your craft, what you do best. 2. Find 3 AI tools that can help with that work. 3, and this is the most important part, spend the next 30 days conducting them. Don't just use them, make them work together. And finally, step 4, take that new leverage and use it to multiply your impact.
And to make this super tangible, here are just a few examples. It doesn't matter what your job is. There are tools out there right now that you can start orchestrating. The goal isn't to become an expert in one single tool. It's to learn how to make a few of them dance together.
I want to end with this timeline, just to drive home how urgent this all is. Just a few years ago, AI was a novelty, a toy. Now, it's becoming the baseline expectation. We're living through this revolution right now. And that window of opportunity to get way ahead of the curve, it's closing fast.
So it all comes down to this one simple question you have to ask yourself. As this new reality becomes our everyday life, will you be the one conducting the orchestra, creating incredible new value with this technology, or will you be one of the people left behind, facing the music? The choice is yours, and honestly, you're making it right now.